greatness in life. There's greatness inside of you. Let's do greatness with love. Unleash it in the greatness of His love. Transformation that you can have, coming from God above. Welcome to the greatness hub. Welcome to the greatness hub.
Okay. Great evening, everyone! Welcome to Your Hired. So marami pong salamat sa mga nakatutok sa amin ngayon dito sa The Greatness Hub. Thank you. Thank you sa lahat ng mga suki. Sa mga lahat, of course, we would like to extend our pasasalamat sa lahat ng mga subscribers natin and to all our viewers who are tuning in tonight. Again, you're watching Your Hired. Ngayon, today is Monday, May 10, 2021. At marami pong salamat sa lahat ng mga nakatutok, lalong-lalo na sa mga nandiyan pa sa kanilang mga workstations. Doon sa mga nasa kanilang mga trabaho pa, thank you for choosing to be with us tonight. At marami din tayong mga nakikinig ngayon na I'm pretty sure nasa kanilang mga bahay na at nakauwi na galing sa kanilang mga mga individual na mga trabaho earlier na this morning. Okay, so ngayon we will continue kung ano yung mga naiwanan natin dun sa last episode natin. And I am very overwhelmed, mga viewers, mga listeners, at saka mga subscribers namin na talagang ang dami kong natanggap na mga good remarks and messages dun sa last episode natin. Marami din tayong mga, personally, I got several direct messages coming from our viewers asking on the details dun sa mga iniwanan natin ng mga episodes, yun dun sa mga binanggit natin na mga talent acquisition process na iniwanan natin last time. Ngayon, itutuloy natin yon, but we will not be on that talent acquisition kasi yun yung first na stage na tapos na tayo, ipagpatuloy natin yung pag-uusap natin doon naman sa onboarding process, as I have mentioned sa inyo last time. Ngayon, I'd like to share my screen. Now, please let me know kung nakikita ba yung screen ko. Okay. For a while, Ayan. So, hindi ko lang alam kung nakikita. Okay. So last time, pinag-usapan natin tong stages of employee life cycle. And we will continue discussing this. Gusto ko lang i-flashback na last episode, we went through dun sa stage 1, which is the recruitment, or we call it talent acquisition. And during that discussion, during that last episode, ito yung pinag-usapan natin, di ba? Di po ba? Now, ito yung proseso ng talent acquisition. So, to be technical, there are 13 stages or 13 processes. 13 stages ng proseso itong talent acquisition. And this is where I got a lot of messages asking na napakaganda ng episode ninyo. We wanted to know more about the details of this. Pero as I have mentioned, as I have mentioned in that episode na hindi po yun pwede nating pag-usapan in details kasi nga masyadong mahaba, The very point lang naman kung bakit ko ito pinakita, just for those job seekers, dun sa mga job seekers natin na maiintindihan na may proseso pala talagang sinusunod yung mga employers kung bakit ang haba-haba ng ng journey bago natin makakamit yung oo and we will be hired. Oh, kasi may proseso palang pinagdaanan. Now, to those who would want to know the details of this, who would like to consult, who would like to seek some help, now I'm happy to invite you all na pwede niyo po akong kontakin. You can contact me on my mobile number, that's 0917-703-3057. If you'd like to keep in touch with me and discuss further those processes, the talent acquisition process, or you can also email us at ihelp.mrc@gmail.com, or you can like my Facebook account, my Facebook, hindi naman pala Facebook account, that's our Facebook page at iHelp Davao Region. Okay, so yours truly Roland Suico. So you can keep in touch, you can reach me out para mapag-usapan natin the details of this process kung gusto niyo ng tulong. Okay, so this is very important, and right now, if you can see the last item of this talent acquisition process, ito na yung onboarding. Ito yung pag-uusapan natin today, at talaga namang magiging very interesting na naman ito sa lahat ng mga viewers namin, sa mga nakatutok, sa lahat ng mga subscribers, and even to yung mga coaches natin who are with us tonight. Alam ko, laging nakaabang to eh. So maraming salamat, coaches, for joining us tonight, and for everyone. I hope you're still doing well kahit medyo gabi na. Nandito pa rin kayo. Okay, so we are now on the stage 2 of the life stage of an employee. Ito yung onboarding. Now, tapos na natin na pag-usapan yung mga proseso bago sila na-hire. Ngayon, nandito na sila, or they are about to join the organization. Ano ba yung gagawin natin? May gagawin ba? Now, gusto ko lang ipaliwanag sa lahat na itong onboarding process na pag-uusapan natin all throughout the show will be in the context of this will be in the lens of the employer. Ito yung mga gagawin ng employer, at saka sa lahat ng mga entrepreneurs natin ngayon who are with us tonight, who are joining us tonight. So, makinig po tayo ng mabuti kung hindi pa tayo gumagawa ng onboarding process in our individual organization, or dun sa mga gusto pa lang magnenegosyo at magiging employer soon. So, maganda po itong pag-uusapan natin. And to those who are looking for a job, yung mga job seekers, at least maiintindihan ninyo na magiging mindset ito ng lahat ng mga nakikinig sa atin ngayon, yung mga soon-to-be employees. Tapos pagka hindi ito ginagawa ng mga employer, madidismay, madismaya. So at least man lang may alam niyo our job seekers, our soon to be employees, na may ganito pala dapat na gagawin si employer. Again, the discussion will be on the lens of the employers. Okay, sige. And another thing is the onboarding process, the entire onboarding process, the complexity of the onboarding process will depend on the type of the organization and on the function that the employee will be doing, on the task that is being assigned to him. Kasi dalawa eh. Kung masyadong malaki yung organization, if it is already a tall organization at masyadong malaki na, magiging somehow complex yung onboarding process. Kasi kailangan ng even the introduction, even the familiarization of the entire organization, masyadong matagal. Kasi malaki nga. But if the organization is just a flat one, kasi medyo maliit pa, hindi masyadong complicated yung magiging onboarding process. On the second one naman, yung pangalawa is on the type of work, the type of position or the task. Kasi may mga trabaho talaga na it would require a lot of coordination for the different departments or to the different departments. May mga function din na hindi masyado. may mga function din na hindi naman totally wala. Kasi lahat naman ng mga positions and the key positions of the organizations interrelated yan with each other. Kaya nga tinatawag natin silang team because yung ginagawa ng isa karugtong dun sa kabila. Yung mga ganon. So interrelated yan. So it depends on how complex the coordination function is required for that person to perform the job. So, pag marami siyang kailangang i-coordinate, magiging complex din yung onboarding process. Okay, so let's proceed now. Eto na yon. So, pag-uusapan muna natin yung 4 benefits of a better onboarding process. Ano yung magiging benepisyo nito? Why is it important to do the onboarding process? Una, it reduces the stress. No, during the onboarding process, employee understands the expectations, and would be able to have a clear vision kung ano yung mga company values, and it will reduce the stress. Alam mo yun, yung panatag ang loob ng isang bagong empleyado na, ito pala yun, ito pala yung organization na pinapasukan ko. Ito pala yung mga gusto nilang marating. Ito pala yung mga bagay-bagay na gusto ng organization na tatahakin ko. So si newly hired employee, si employee magiging panatag. So mawawala yung stress. Pangalawa, it improves job performance, no? When a newly hired employee will have a very clear understanding on the expectations of the job. Alam niya yung company culture, alam niya yung magiging basihan ng performance niya. So, di ba? Motivated siya. So, it improved the efficiency of work. So, magandang magkakaroon talaga ng onboarding process. Pangatlo, it will increase also employee satisfaction. Kasi by spending time with the new hire and providing information about the goals, the visions, and missions of the organization, outlining his duties and responsibilities, magkakaroon na magandang foundation to increase his satisfaction. Kasi alam niya, ito pala yung sinet na expectations, ito yung nagawa ko, wow, perfect. Nagawa ko siya ng maayos. So, di ba? Yung feeling of satisfaction na alam niya that he has really delivered well, maganda yon. And better retention. Ito naman yung retention part. Ito yung isa sa mga pag-uusapan natin in our future episode na alam nyo, mas pagka satisfied yung employee, wala masyadong magre-resign, walang mag-aawol, walang absenteeism. Kasi wala namang employer na gustong, di ba? Employer or even the hiring managers or the recruiters, hindi naman tayo mag-hire na anong tawag dito? Ine-expect natin na yung empleyado hanggang 3 months lang. We really wanted our employees to be with us for the rest of his life. Ganun ba yun? Parang forever. Biglang natatawa yung mga coaches who are with us tonight, no? Coaches, ganun ba yun? May forever ba? Nag-react. Nag-react din yung ibang mga viewers natin. Okay, so yun, pagka gumawa tayo ng onboarding process, marami talagang benefits. I am not saying that these are just all of the benefits that you can get or we can get if we do a better onboarding process. Marami pa naman. Pero ito lang yung mga important na i-highlight natin. Okay? So, ngayon, let's proceed to the stages of the employee onboarding. So, itong nakikita niyo yung mga colors, may green, yellow ba yan? Hindi ko, kasi lavender and red and blue and then green ulit. Yan yung stages na. Now, ano ba yung mga gagawin? So may pre-boarding. On the pre-boarding, ano ba yung gagawin ng employer? So dito papasok yung preparation for the workstation of the employee, preparation of the things that he need to do, the things that ano ba? Yung mga kailangan niya, supplies and all, equipments, machineries, access to access to all the things that he need for him to perform the job. Kasi 'di ba, kahit pagaano kagaling yung hinire natin, kasi kaya nga natin siya hinire because he has all the knowledge, the skills, may skills, yung skill set niya, swak dun sa position niya. Pero if we will not provide him also with the things that he need to have para to perform the job, it would affect his efficiency kahit gaano pa kagaling yun. So kailangan may preparations. Dapat we have to have also the list of the things that we need to have during his first day. So yun, maraming kailangan. You prepare the workstation, you condition the mind also of the other people in the organization that there's someone who will be joining them. So yun yung mga bagay na kailangang i-prepare prior to the day 1 of the new employee. Ngayon, yung day 1, yung first day, eto na yung welcoming. Hindi naman yung grand welcome na may ano talaga, maglalagay tayo ng carpet. Hindi naman ganon. Natatawa yung ibang mga coaches, tsaka yung mga iba dito, na hindi naman ganon. So, welcoming lang, gagawa lang tayo ng, we will introduce him to the rest of the team para lang he would feel welcome, di ba? And then in the first week, this is where we will introduce him to the company, to the vision, mission, and goals of the organizations, the policies of the organizations, and to the different people who are doing different role in the organization. Hindi man niya matandaan lahat, pero this will really help him to have, ano ba, para may ano lang siya, may bigger picture siya of the different functions of the organizations. That in the event that he would have some problems in the future, alam niya kung kanino siya lalapit, saan siya pupunta. So yun. And then on the first month, dito papasok yung education and training. Dito yung education and training. Ito yung iti-train siya, i-educate siya, i-orient siya on the company procedures, policies, and then on the technical aspect of the operations. So yun yung mga, and also on the technical side of his functions. So education and training. Now on the third month, ito yung first touch natin after dun sa orientation. Check-in and feedback. So we will have to talk to that person, to that employee again. It could be the HR who will do that. It could be the line manager or the immediate superior. Or pwede namang kung sino yung may responsibility to do the checking. Kumustahin yung empleyado kung how is he doing right at this very moment. If there is a need for us to provide supplemental training support para talagang he can really do the job well. Kasi atong third month, this is very critical because this is where we will assess the employee as to how far he has gone already with in understanding the technical requirement of the job. And of course, kung ano nang nangyari dun sa kanya in terms of adapting the new culture that the culture of the organization and the standards that the organization is setting for everyone. So, eto yung kamustahin, tanungin, i-assess, i-evaluate. If there is a need for improvement, then we will guide the employee. Ngayon, yung pinakahuli, 6 months, ito yung recommendation ng talent lift natin. Itong source ng wheel na ito. So I am not actually inventing another wheel. I just borrowed this presentation sa ating source na talent lift. Now, 6 months yung nilagay kasi 6 months naman talaga yung probationary period ng isang employee according to the Department of Labor and Employment. However, ako bilang isang HR practitioner for more than 10 years, I would not suggest you to assess on the 6th month. Kasi on the 6th month because anong tawag dito? The Department of Labor and Employment will assume na pagka umabot siya ng 6 months na siya the DOLE will assume that that person or that employee is already a regular employee. Ngayon, it's very easy to hire but it's really difficult to fire. So kaya kung ayaw nating dadaan dun sa mga due process na yan, and we have to be very diligent in performing the processes para hindi tayo mapatawag ng DOLE pag nagre-reklamo sa employee, gagawin natin yung final assessment natin, check-in and feedback on the 5th month. Kasi di ba 3rd month nag-assess tayo. So my 4th month. On the 5th month, we will do the check-in and feedback. Then, kung hindi talaga kakayanin, kahit pag gumawa na tayo ng tulong sa kanya, and he cannot really meet the standard set for him during the probationary period, then we have to notify the employee that, sorry, we cannot regularize you because of this and that and that and that. Ito yung nagiging result ng evaluation mo. So yung mga ganun, pwede natin yung magawa basta hindi pa nagsi 6 months si employee. Pero wag yung, sige, may 5 days pa naman bago siya mag 6 months. Ito tip to, practical tip to sa lahat ng mga entrepreneurs who are listening right now, yung mga bago pa sa HR profession at saka dun sa mga who have the heart or the intention na magiging entrepreneur at magiging employer soon, wag niyong gagawin 'yon kasi magiging debate 'yan with the Department of Labor and Employment. Bakit sa haba-haba ng 6 months na yaan, you opted to notify the employee on na almost magsi 6 months na siya? So para safe, on the 5th month, do it. Pero if he is really performing well, wala tayong problema. Pero pagka on the 3rd month, pag assess mo may problema, binigyan ng support for him to improve. On the 4th month, kahit hindi na muna mag-check-in and feedback, observation lang, nag-improve ba, wala, kinausap mo ba yung kakausapin perhaps yung immediate superior, how is he doing, is he improving, medyo wala talaga, taglilid talaga. On the 5th month, alam niyo na kung ano yung gagawin ninyo. Para hindi tayo ma-technical as far as the labor code of the Philippines is concerned. Okay. So yun. So ito yung buong stages ng employee onboarding. So malaki yung mga benefit na magagawa natin dito kung gagawin natin ito ng husto. Okay? So now before we will proceed to the continuation of this very interesting topic na alam kong talagang inaabangan ninyo, I'd like to introduce muna ito. This is because sa lahat ng mga hindi naka-tune in dun sa first episode ng You're Hired, itong show na to, so hindi nyo, para lang makilala nyo naman ako kahit konti with this slide. No? I am actually running a software development company in Davao City, and that is Silverband. So yan yung organization, yan yung company ko. We've been operating for 6 years already, and we're serving clients in European countries, no, particularly in Sweden, and in Estonia. And ito namang nasa baba, magtataka kayo kung ano tong SensorB. SensorB is our brand. It's our product brand. We are actually producing right now some mga sensors, and that's the brand that we have. And these physical products are being manufactured and produced now in our production area, or in our workstation in Sweden. But the development of this is nasa 80% pa lang. And the software and the firmware development of the SensorB physical products, itong mga sensors natin, air sensors and water sensors and yung mga farming sensors na yan, ay the developers, we are very proud as a Filipino, because our developers of this of these sensors are from the Philippines, particularly here in Davao City. So we are actually taking care of the development of the applications of these sensor B sensors, no? So si Silver Band ang gumagawa yan. And we hope to sell this, no, all over the world. Naka-patent at naka-trademark na ito sa buong mundo. No, we have already registered and protect this image that you have seen on screen right now for the sensor B. So yung contact natin dito na nakikita ninyo, nakadirect yan dun sa development manager natin na nakabase sa Sweden. Okay, sige, moving forward. So ito na yung mga 7 steps, no, to an effective onboarding process. Some of these are actually, ito yung ito yung detalye dun sa stages na I have presented earlier. Pag-uusapan lang natin ito ng mas detalyado because I wanted to inject my personal etong yung mga ginagawa ko. Kaya nga I have presented prior to this Silver Band kasi each of these items, each of these 7 steps, i-inject ko yung mga ginagawa ko sa Silver Band. Paano ko ba ginagawa etong 7 steps na to in my organization? So being the head of Silver Band at the same time wearing the hat of an HR. Diba? Okay, so 7 steps to an effective employee onboarding process. Yung pinakauna, prepare your colleagues for the new employee. Meaning to say, prior to the coming of the new employee, you have to make some announcements that there will be somebody who will be joining the team. O para naman naka-prepare yung mind nila, and this will help also create a welcoming environment on that big day, on the first day of the employee. And this will also allow your people to more or less know that person in advance. Paano yun? So yung ginagawa ko sa Silver Band, nag-create ako ng email blast na nandun yung mukha ng bagong employee, konting background niya academically, yung work experience niya, at saka yung mga other important information. So ini-email blast yan sa lahat para they will have already an understanding, an idea of who is this person who will be joining them. So ganun yon, para your team also, your existing employees will help you create a welcoming environment. Di ba maganda yon? Pangalawa, have the new employees workstation ready. I have been mentioning this earlier na talaga namang ayusin na dapat meron na siyang table, may chair na siya, may computer na siya. He has already an email, meron na siyang access kung let's say may mga if we have may mga cloud stations tayo na dapat he has all the credentials to gain access with this resources para mas madali para sa kanya. Now, paano ko ito ginagawa? And kasama itong number 3, make sure that the new employees has access to any necessary programs. So paano ko itong ginagawa itong 2 and 3 para walang makaligtaan? Now, ang ginagawa ko nito, I will have a checklist. May checklist ako. I have a checklist, onboarding process checklist, para alam ko kung ano yung mga kailangan kong i-prepare. That's a good practice. Para walang makaligtaan. Dapat may email address na siya. Dapat if you're using Slack to communicate internally, dapat may Slack account na siya. Or dapat meron na siya if you're using ano bang pwedeng mga other means of communication, dapat kasama na siya dun sa group chat na yon. Yung mga ganun, you have to prepare all of those things para pagdating ng employee na yan, he's ready to work. O, wag yung siya pa yung magde-define kung saan siya uupo, anong pwede niyang gamitin, may computer ba, paano if he wanted to call to the other department, may access na ba siya sa telepono and all. So dapat all of this will be provided. And then the 4th one, make some introductions. So pwede mo siyang i-floor walk mo siya. So pupuntahan mo yung mga bawat department. Pero mahirap to pagka masyadong malaki ang organization. Hindi mo kakayanin gawin yon. So what you can do, in the introductions, you can only do this pag malaki masyado yung organization, dun sa department niya mismo. Kung saan siya kung saan siya pupunta after all the orientations, no? Let's say, para pala siya dun sa operations, so i-introduce mo siya dun sa operations. Or kung para siya dun sa marketing, i-introduce mo siya dun sa marketing group. Pero kung maliit lang yung organization, kagaya ko dito sa Silver Band. So, mag floor walk talaga lahat kami, no? Kasabay ko siya. We will go to the pantry, to the conference room, to the comfort room, to the back part of the building, para kasi alam nyo, kailangan yun kasi as an HR kasama yung safety and security eh. So paano pagka may sunog, pagka may emergency, saan tatakbo? Dapat alam nyo ng bagong employee, saan yung mga emergency exits. Kasama pala yan, of course. Kasama yan. So pupuntahan yung mga ibang department, ibang mga sections, ibang mga unit, para alam niya kung saan siya pupunta in the event that he needs help eventually. So make some introductions apart from the email blast, which you already did, no? Which you have done already. Lunch. Ito naman, this is not very literal na talagang lunchtime gagawin. Pwede namang sa pantry, nag-uusap-usap lang, or dun lang sa conference room together with his teammates. Pwede namang ganon. Para lang makikilala siya ng mga kasama niya at makikilala niya rin yung mga ibang member ng team. Para lang ma-build yung rapport with each other. Kasi team sila eh. They will be working. Usually, nagla-lunch out kami. Kasi maliit, very small team lang kasi kami. So magla-lunch out. O kaya, we eat together sa office during lunch or perhaps dinner or snack time. So magpapa-deliver lang. Sana may delivering food lagi, ano? So pwedeng ganon. This will help. Nakakatulong talaga to sa bagong employee na he would really feel na welcome siya. At saka, it will also help the existing team para maka-adjust dun sa bagong employee. Di ba? And the other one is allow plenty of time for training. Dun sa stages earlier, di ba, we have to allot more of the time to do the training, orientation, and training. Now, paano ko ginagawa ito dito sa Silver Band? May dalawa lang ako actually. So, sa onboarding process ko, nasa 1 week lang. 1 week lang. Yung iba kasi isang buwan. Yung iba 2 buwan. Yun na nga. Earlier, I have mentioned na the onboarding process depends on how complex, how big is the organization. If it is a tall organization, medyo mataas, mahaba-haba ang onboarding process. But if it is just a flat organization, hindi masyadong complicated, so mas shorter yung onboarding process. It depends also on the type of the function, no? or of the role of that person, yung position niya, and the tasks. So kung yung task is na magre-require talaga ng maraming coordination, maraming reporting, alam mo yan? So mas komplikado yon, mas mahaba ang onboarding process. Pero pagka hindi masyadong ganun ka-complicated, kabigat yung coordination, mas madali. So ang ginagawa ko for Silver Band, kaya 7 days lang yung onboarding kasi maliit lang naman kami. So ang ginagawa ko, 2 days lang yung onboarding. Actually, yung ibig sabihin ng 1 week ko, 5 days lang yun. Kasi we work only from Monday to Friday. So, 2 days yung sa akin. Then 3 days yung sa operations. So, ano yung ginagawa ko? Since I am also the HR of Silver Band, so what I am doing is, ang ginagawa ko, so ako yung lahat no, yung pag-receive ng lahat ng mga documents niya and all, kasama yun sa onboarding process, all the pre-employment requirements. Kung may mga kailangang fill-upan, ID, gagawa ng ID, i-register dun sa Bandy Clock or sa fingerprints or whatever. For the timekeeping, gagawa ng mga access to emails, gagawa ng email, gagawa ng Skype account, gagawa ng Slack account. Yung mga ganon, i-register sa Time Doctor. These are, mind you, these are the applications that we are doing. These are the tools, that productivity tools that we are doing pala. So baka magtaka kayo ano yung mga pinagbabanggit, pinagsasabi ko. So these are the productivity tool, management tools that we are using. So gagawan siya ng mga ganon. So lahat-lahat ng yan, and then after doing all of those things, the following day is yung orientation na ng vision, mission, and goal, then introduction of the family culture, no, we call it the family culture of Silverband. Ano yung mga setting of expectations, the rules and regulations of the organization, the company policy, the HR policies, introduction of the different procedures, para alam niya, aware siya, and the orientation, employment orientation, kasama yon dun sa 2 days na yon. So on the day 2. Ngayon, after my orientation on the admin and HR part, ito turn over ko na siya sa operations. So, ito turn over ko siya either to the team leader or to the operations supervisor. For the onboarding process naman, on the technical side, on the operational side of being a developer, a software developer. So kahit, kasi ganito yun, kahit gaano pa kagaling nung kinuha natin and he has all the skill set, each organization has its own way of doing things. May kanya-kanya tayong paraan sa paggawa ng isang bagay, ng mga bagay. Kahit gaano pa yan ka-experience from the other organization, when that person will join us, magkaiba po yung dalawang organization na yun ng processes, ng procedures. So, kailangan niyang maiintindihan. Ibang resources din yung ginagamit ni Silverband from that other organization. So, kailangan talaga, technically, he should be equipped. Kailangan maiintindihan na kung ano yung mga ginagawa, ano yung mga do's and don'ts dun sa operations na yun. And our operations team will do. So, yun. And then, yung mga follow-up, ang ginagawa ko dito sa don't forget to follow up, hindi naman ako nagpa-follow up immediately. Pero hindi ko rin hinahayaang aabot muna ng 3rd month saka ako magpa-follow up. No. After 30 days, I'll talk to the supervisor. Kumusta si ano? So, pagka positive ang feedback, walang problema. Pag medyo negative, sige, gawan mo ng paraan. Hindi pa rin nag-improve. So that's the time na I'll come in. So kakausapin na yung tao. Talagang tutulungan. So kakausapin siya, anong problema, what can we do, how can we help you, what do you need from us for you to improve and for you to be able to pass. Kasi tayo naman, we set kasi may tayo meron tayong mga siniset na standards. How can we help you to meet the standards para ma-regularize ka namin? Para ma-regularize kita, para magiging regular employee ka. So that's on the 3rd month. On the 4th month, so yun, i-implement na yung mga support system ko, talagang kailangan ng support. On the 5th month, kasi nagawa mo na lahat On the 5th month, wala na. Enough na. So eto na yung kung sa relationship pa, you have done your best, but your best wasn't good enough. Tawa na naman yung mga, nakasmile na naman yung mga subscribers natin. Di ba, nakarelate lang doon sa hindi pala enough yung best na binigay ko, kaya siya lumalayo. Kaya on the 5th month, i-let go nina. Huwag nang antayin na darating pa dun sa pinakadulo ng 6 months kasi nga magkakaroon tayo ng problem. Magkakaroon tayo ng problema with the Department of Labor and Employment, especially if we fail to notify him. Lalong-lalo na kung hindi kayo nagta-touch base sa kanya. Kasi kasama yan sa itatanong ngayon ng DOLE. Anong ginawa niyo to help the person improve? Tapos kung tatanungin yung employee, kamusta ka? Kinausap ka ba nila on your 2nd month, on your 3rd month, on your 4th month? What help did they provided you? Or did they provide you? Wala. Patay tayo. Okay? Sige. So, with that, no, apart from this, from my company Silverband Incorporated, ito yung mga personal ko na mga other businesses, na mga sideline businesses. I am also running my own consultancy na firm. Ito namang consultancy Davao, this is a business consultancy on human resources, on HR, business management, operations management. Yun. So, si consultancy Davao ang gumagawa niyan. Ito namang sa baba, itong HDS services, this is actually a bookkeeping, accounting, and taxation services. The one who is actually doing this is my wife. No? My wife kasi is a certified public accountant, and she's also a public practitioner apart from being an employee. So, gumagawa din siya ng mga ganitong services. So, if you need those, is flashed on the screen. Okay. Sige, so I think no, that would be all for now. No? Maraming salamat dun sa mga patuloy na sumusubaybay sa ating palatuntunan, no, sa ating show. Okay, I hope everyone is still fine and doing well in their respective places. Yung mga nasa bahay, okay pa tayo kahit medyo gabi na. Okay, so I think that would be all for now. And before tayo mamaalam, I'd like you to watch this first. Yan. So marami pong salamat sa lahat po ng nakatutok sa amin ngayon up until this time. No, thank you everyone for spending your time with us. Hoping to see you again next week on our next episode. No, ang pag-uusapan naman natin next week is on the development side. This is all about training and development of the employee. Kasi nga, na-on board na, yung assumption natin na gagawin dito is, na regular na siya. Nagiging regular employee na siya. So ano ngayon yung gagawin natin pagka the employee is already regular? How do we shape his career inside the organization? So ito na yung stage ng employees development. So it's more of training and development and shaping his career to really grow with us in the organization. So yun yung abangan natin on our next episode next Monday. And thank you so much. Thank you everyone sa lahat ng mga subscribers namin at mga nakatutok up until now, sa lahat ng mga coaches who are with us tonight. Thank you so much. No? At least masyado pa rin tayong vibrant, no, despite of the so many concerns right now in our country. Nasa pandemic pa rin tayo. I hope everyone to still be healthy. Stay safe everyone, and see you all next week only here at Your Hired. Marami pong salamat sa pagtutok sa amin dito sa nag-iisang napakaganda at napaka-blessing sa lahat na channel, The Greatness Hub. Thank you everyone.